So what am I going to do about the Social Security staffing cuts, and how is that going to affect my disability claims and the ones that I file on behalf of my clients, the ones I appeal on behalf of my clients, and the hearings that I go to? Obviously, Social Security has been understaffed for quite some time. This is not, the fault of Trump or Biden or Obama or the first or the second Bush. But that they all of them could have done things to improve it, but it's been understaffed for a while, largely because of Congress. Because Congress, obviously, the president drives policy, but Congress is the one that writes the laws, and the president either signs it into law or he doesn't. So the laws are basically the policy that is in legal form. And the regulations show how it's implemented, and that's the executive agencies are in charge of that. The president can drive a lot of that, but that's getting a little bit too much into the weeds. But with respect to Social Security disability, yes, a 50% staffing cut, if that's what ends up happening, is going to dramatically impact disability cases. Doesn't mean you shouldn't file, doesn't mean you can't get disability, that it's going to cut out benefits. It's more of a staffing issue. Yes, there are some funding issues, but you're still paying into the system, and that money is going to go into the Social Security Disability Trust Fund and then the Social Security Trust Fund. So they can't, at this point, steal your money and not pay you back. Now, they borrow from that regularly, but what it's going to do, I think, is to slow things down. It's going to force more video hearings, which is a good thing, because it means you get your case heard faster. You could potentially do what are called on-the-record decisions. Basically, if it's a clear case, they might be more likely to take that rather than to gum up the system with other disability cases. So there may be some more wiggle room, negotiation room, and I'm going to be looking at all of that and assessing all of that. But I would not give up on Social Security disability. It's just going to slow things down a little bit. Things had improved a little bit in terms of timing, but this is gonna be a setback. There's just no way around it. Doesn't mean you can't get disability. It just means it's going to slow it down some, at least for the foreseeable future. And we'll see what ultimately happens. But it's not something that should destroy a disability case or keep you from filing or lose all hope. It's discouraging, yes, but it doesn't mean that disability is going away. It's certainly not going away. It's just a question of whether or not it takes more time to get it, and whether or not it slows it down more dramatically than what we've seen in the past.